yesterday I was basically break even, so I do have a bit of confidence. Dollar, some of the stuff that I'm noticing is that price just broke this, and when it broke it, it just shot back above, right? So now we're looking like we're in an uptrend, and it looks like price is looking to try to get to like maybe the top of these wicks here, right? So that is a possibility for today, that if price continues outside of this area, we'll have continuation to this area, potentially going higher like to this area. So let's kind of see what that looks like zooming in. So when we zoom in, this is what it looks like. Let's see here. So this level right here is kind of a strong level of support. As you can see, it kind of touched this area twice. So what we can do in the cipher is kind of just here, take this one off, and you can just kind of come into this one and say this is like a level of support that, if broken, majority, the possibility of it breaking down and then coming to this area is highly likely as an impulse move. So that'd be like my bias for today, let's say, right? And really we're gonna want price to like break below that level. So if it continues to sell and breaks below this level, an impulse entry might be warranted. For GU, if I was to just restart here, remove drawing tools. So a couple of things that I can see is when I go to the daily, price looks like it's breaking this level of support. So this right here is a level of support. It looks like price wants to break that. If we break that, we can get to this level, and then furthermore to this level. Now to the upside, price would certainly have to break above these two levels of resistance. So I'm going to put resistance like right here, right? And then price can most certainly get up to this level, and furthermore up to this level if it wants to, let's say, right? So those things I'm going to be looking to pan out, and now we're going to zoom into the higher time frames and just see kind of how this looks like, see what kind of like mess we can take away. Let me just go up one, let me see. Daily, we have a level support here, so we'll take away this one for now. Let's take away this one for now, and just kind of zoom in here, 4 hour, just kind of make sure everything is like, you know, kind of neat, right? That's how you always want it to be. So this is kind of close to be quite honest with you. Oh no, that's a nice range, 20 pips, that's very nice. Keep zooming in here. So from here to here is a huge gap, so like we have to be really hesitant because it could just decide to buy. So that's something I'm thinking about as well. So I'm just going to start drawing out my lines to decipher where I want price to go through. So I want price to go through these areas right here, and in doing so they'll either get to the next level of resistance or the next level of support. So now I just have to remain patient. Now with GU, it's a little less straightforward. So I'm just going to zoom out and then just kind of see what's going on here. Level of support, price is breaking above. We have possibly a rejection for the next 4 hours to continue, for the next multiple candles to continue upwards. This one looks like it wants to continue upwards. However, we don't know if it's going to or not. So if we have price go above this area, that'll be nice for buys. Up until this area, we have like a clean candle here to the left. And then, yeah, something below this point would be a nice sell. A nice sell setup. So these things I'm waiting for, I'm gonna zoom in here on the 1 hour. 1 hour is basically the same. On the 1 hour though, you have like more of a prevalence support here. So this is very prevalent. It's just really in the random of everything though. So you don't really want to say to yourself, hey, I'm gonna take a sell here. You could, mind you could, but today I'm being a bit more conservative, less risky. I might even trade only at 8 a.m. EST, so we're pretty early in the market. We'll see. We will see. So far there is nothing. UJ looks like a good setup for a sell to come down this point here for this like 20 pips. So we'll see. My goal for today is if I do trigger trade, I'll take one trade, simply one trade, and that's my trading day. So I need to be really straightforward in terms of which trade I'm going to be taking. spot as an impulsive move to the upside. We have some levels of resistance here to worry about and resistance here to worry about. But that move looks so good. This move is a buy too. If we break out of this level as a buy, that looks really nice. But as we break this top right here, I think I'm gonna enter into a buy. So I'm waiting for this. Let me just point it out right here. And my bias behind that, we have this one right here too. This trade's gonna be a bit hard. Might be a paper trade. Yeah, I'll just probably paper trade. So as soon as it breaks out of this, I'll paper trade a buy. See kind of what comes about from that. price breaks this top, where would price go to? Let's see here. Let's see what kind of moving at here. We have 10 pips right here at this resistance. About 17 at this, about 15 at this one, and then to the top of this one, 24.6. So let's So I might not take this trade, but the reason why I'm thinking it's going to be a buy is because there's a lot of upwards momentum after a rejection of support. So when there's upwards momentum after a bounce off of support, it generally speaking means price is going to buy. Let's look at the higher time frames to confirm this. Higher time frames are trending in such a way that if price breaks this top, more than likely it will continue. We can't guarantee it. I was talking about this move that like we were breaking the low, but I also wrote out here wait for price to close below support, because like, if you take a look, let me just close, let me just delete that. If you take a look, price has had a lot of trouble closing below this point. We haven't had a candle close below this point, but once we do, then we're off to the races. A whole lot of clean candle here to the left. We can, even if we want to sharpen this up and just put it like around here, I think I might eventually go right around here, but it looks like this one wants to buy as well, so we'll see. Right now we're just sitting on our hands doing nothing. We're just simply waiting because there's nothing really set up here, right? Even if we take this, look how much noise is to the left. We have level of resistance right here. I might simply just wait for another like 50 minutes to take a trade, if I'm going to take a trade. But in the next, by like 8:30, if there's no trade, I'm probably just going to call it a day. This looks like a really good buy. I'd have to break this candle top right here though. Have to break that candle top and continue upwards. But even still, like, you see this huge wick, it means there's like there's huge amounts of momentum in the market. We just don't know it because price is printing side by side. But once it breaks out, it's gonna be a move. It looks like we're about to break out of this top here. I think there's a plausibility. I think I'm going to take this buy and not be really risky. There's nothing really deterring me from this buy except the fact that we're in a downtrend. But even when you're a downtrend, like downtrends stop and turn into uptrends or bear trends. I'm sorry, bull trends. So I'm really just waiting for the break of this candle. And again, it's like really this is like a level of resistance that we're now breaking up into and going into another like price level. So we're going into this price level. So that's kind of like my basis for this trade. Let's take a look at GU. GU is really still just ranging. It gave us like an idea that it might go up, but then it just came right back down. So a whole lot of just waiting, just being patient. For opportunities in the future, like this one where price closes bullish, which would mean like the end of this trend, and then potentially like the other ones going upwards. So right now we're just waiting for the top of the wick to be broken to enter into a buy. Let's see how this pans out. I feel like we're going to break that top soon. But if it doesn't break that top, then I don't feel like there's a trade. And like there is this wick right here, but in essence, what I'm thinking is because there's momentum in the market, I think it's just going to bypass that wick. So we're going to see what's going to come about. Let's check out GU in the meantime. GU is doing the same thing, not moving. Now, is there the possibility of price like wicking down like these ones? Now these wicks are deterring me. Getting kind of deterred here. So while it's just panning out here, I'll just talk about it in the meantime. So we had price come and create a low. In creating a low, it also just started to create a level of support. Price was breaking down this level of support, created another low. Now, in doing so, you kind of want price to not print above these candles here to continue as a bear trend, right? So now we have a candle that printed above, right? So this was around an hour and a half ago. So like this is around like a 5 a.m., right? So around 5 a.m. it did that. So this is like end of London session. So now, end of London session, this could be like a little bit of a range kind of situation, a consolidation. But now what's happening is that we're creating some form of stairs. Like if you look here, we're creating some form of stairs, and now price might want to break this top, which is showing, and then continue on to like this level with momentum, which is a possibility. So we're gonna wait until things pan out. Just kind of wait and see here. GU is the same thing. However, if we go to the strength meter, the pound is weak. So I don't, generally speaking, like to use the strength meter as like an indicator, because of the reason that it's not like it's like a moving average. It's totally dependent on previous history and not what's going on now. So if a big whale or a big huge investor comes to market, it won't take that into account. So that's why, generally speaking, try to stay away from it in terms of making my final decision. Right now, price is retraced. We're not doing anything, so it's a good thing that we didn't enter. We're waiting for this break to happen, which it didn't. We're just really waiting. GU looks like it has like basically the exact same scenario. We're in a downtrend and we're retracing to create some form of consolidation. So we're just waiting now. followed by another 5. I mean, resistance, right? So it's really risky trade. I mean, I do see the setup in the sense that it can buy and give us some like momentum breaking out over level of resistance. Or buy as it starts to set up stairs, right? So this move right here was how many moves? How many pips? So this was like approximately. So from here all the way up was about like 24 pips, right? So we're simply just waiting. Overall, higher time frames are you're saying to sell, so we have to really be patient actually. This would very much so be an impulse move. Yeah, now that I'm looking at the higher time frames, I just don't like it that much. But it makes sense in the lower time frames. It makes a lot of sense in the lower time frames. We might just have to wait till 8 a.m. We might just have to sit on our hands and just wait.
At Walmart, we have back to campus in the bag. Get electronics, dorm room essentials, fall fashion, and stationery all at low prices. Shop in-store or online and get free shipping on orders over $35. Restrictions apply. See walmart.ca for details. At Walmart, we have back to campus in the bag. Get electronics, dorm room essentials, fall fashion, and stationery all at low prices. Shop in-store or online and get free shipping on orders over $35. Restrictions apply. See walmart.ca for details.
Alright, so we have the brand new 30-minute candle, 7:30 EST. We have price closing below this close of the previous. I can see the selling. Ooh, I can see that going the distance actually. Yeah, I can actually see that going the distance. But I can also see this buy going the distance. Now it just comes down to, like, if you see two situations, you have to be even that much more patient. I like this buy a lot though. Like, now that we have this candle, we don't even have to wait for price to break above this one. We can just wait for it to break above this one. They're basically the same though. So as soon as price breaks above there, I'm getting into a buy position. And anticipating that this momentum from pre-New York Open, and just having price continue up in this area and continue up. Let's see what is going to happen. My stop would be below the previous candle. Here's where my stop would be. And my take profit would be 10 pips from here. So about right here. So I can actually even just move this to where my take profit is going to be. Take profit profit is going to be right around there. And let's see kind of how this plays out. Let's see kind of how this plays out. We can actually move it a bit more. It's like above these candle wicks. Which makes sense. There's a whole lot of clean candles to the left hand side. Clean candle, clean candle, clean candle, clean candle. And then we get into some form of consolidation right around here. So we'll see what's happening. Okay, so right there, I placed my buy. Right there, I placed my buy. I'm gonna go ahead and set up my stop losses. And we're going to have, we're gonna manage risk really, really well in this trade. So my stop loss, about 10 pips. So we opened up a long position right here. My stop loss right there. My stop loss is about 10 pips. It's actually under these, but you know, we have this level of support right here, so it has to be under this level of support, about 10 pips. And then my take profit is 10 pips. So we are in 1 and 1. Let's see what's gonna happen. Price right now is retracing. If price retraces to about 5 pips, just delete this. Oh, dang it. It's okay. So right here we entered. Price is retracing about 10 pips take profit, and then we're gonna have our stop loss below this level of support. With anticipation that pre-New York momentum is going to keep pushing us forward. Now, if price, what I was going to say is, if price comes down to around this area, about 5 pips, I'm going to be looking to take out 50%, or maybe even close the whole trade, because I'm a breaking lows at that point. We'll see. We'll see. Now price right now is just kind of retracing. Again, if price comes to this area, I'm going to look towards closing 50% so that I don't lose the entire trade. I only lose like a portion of that. Maybe even if it flips, we'll see. Maybe even if it flips bearish, I might even take out 50%, so we'll see. Right now, I'm just going to move this over so we have more of a, no, I can stay here. I can stay here, and then I'll just space it out. So this is what we're looking at here in terms of stop loss and take profit. Right now, price is retracing. And I'm wondering to myself, if price retraces and flips bearish, should I take out 50%? We'll see. But what I see in this trade is that we're creating some from an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs are being created, and now it's that price is now breaking tops and we're breaking resistance. So we'll see how that pans out. This looks like a good sell, but it actually might just need time to create a wick. So we'll see. Let us see. It's taking its time, but that's okay. Usually it's just generally slow to like move, but it actually is moving quite fast, I'll say. So when we look at the currency strength meter, we can see that the US dollar and the Japanese yen are basically the same. So we don't have to worry about one being like overly bearing on the next, right? So right here, we just broke above that top again. Let's see if we can go the distance on this trade. I think we can. I think it's just marking momentum and following the trend, because you can like so let's go, keep pushing, momentum. this wick that's going to give it trouble right here. But as soon as we break out of this wick, man, there is like almost nothing holding us back whatsoever. Nothing holding me back whatsoever. This wick right here. So we're having trouble breaking that wick, but it does look like it is going to. So let's see how this pans out. We're about to break that wick actually. It's taking its time. It's okay. I expected usually to take its time, to be honest. So yeah, my bias for this trade really is just that we're like, okay, we go to higher time frames. So in the higher time frames, sorry. If you look at this trade, if you can see we're bouncing off a level of support here. So when you're bouncing off a level of support instead of crashing right through, it means that there's a potential for price to buy. Now I'm not going to say it's going to buy to the moon, but I do anticipate it buying to at least this level of resistance. So that's what we're waiting for right now. And it looks like we just broke above this wick. Let's see if we can go higher. Let's see if we can get some pre-New York momentum. Let's retrace it. Right now, if you look at the green candles, they're creating some form of stairs. Just delete this real quick. It's really distracting. But they're creating some form of stairs. When that's happening, it means that there's like bullish momentum in the market. So right now, I'm just waiting. It's basically just taking its time, really. But GU looks like it's going to break this top and then continue. And then if it does, we have like 25 pips area to cover. No, like 20, 25 pips, something around there. It looks like it's going to break that top. That's why you have to be super patient on some pairs. Like on this one, it's still between a level of resistance and support. With this one, it's breaking out of a level of resistance and breaking tops. So that was the difference between those two pairs, and that's why I got into EU trade, which is slower and more comfortable for me. I'm able to manage risk better. So hopefully we get more momentum in the market. I mean, it's having a lot of trouble right here. At this wick, I mean, this level of resistance is a strong level of resistance. So we're having a lot of trouble here. See that price is now breaking above the 100, yeah. So it's like tethering between like this price is like break even. And one of the things I want to practice is just honestly leaving my stop loss where it is, and letting a trade pan out. 162. Can we get a 200? Can we get a 180? Can we get 180? 110, 180? I don't like this trade no more. I did like it, but I don't like it. right here, just from a risk management point of view, I'm gonna, if I allow more room for my trade to breathe, so leaving stop loss right here, then I can do two things. I can allow more of a probability for my trade to pan out, giving it more room to pan out for like 15 minutes. There's about to be New York Open, so I can allow it to like breathe a little bit. One, I can acknowledge that before the hour there's usually a pullback of some sort, so that's two. And three, I can also just learn, one, from my mistakes. If I lose this trade, if you lose a mistake, it's like if you lose a trade, it's your mistake for instance, if I lose this trade, it's my mistake. I have to hold myself accountable to this loss, and I have to go back and study why it happened. Yeah, so I've heard that a lot from successful people, that whenever it is that you're, okay, a couple of things. Let's say if I lose this trade, I have to go back and find out the reason why I've lost this trade. That's one. Two, is that let's say if you're having like a bad week, let's say if it's just even, let's say bad 2 weeks or 3 weeks, then it's really not you or the market, it's really your trading plan and your strategy and when you're trading possibly, and just different factors outside of just yourself. It is yourself because you're making the trade, right? But you have to also establish what's happening. So you have to go back into your trades and say, okay, this is happening. This is why like streaming your trades or doing live is good, because then you can go back and look at your trades, your setups. But in essence, you want to find out what's happening, why you're not winning, and then go back and rectify those mistakes, and then maybe even change your trading plan. Be more patient, trade demo, trade paper trades, increase your capital bi-weekly, and let your balance come to a point where you can even make bigger lot size trades. Like for instance, 1% of $2,000, 20 cents, a 20-cent lot, but 1% of 20,000 is a $2 lot size, right? And it's just 1%. Always go with 1%. So that's kind of how you want to look at it. From just like a, how do you say? From an improvement point of view, that's how you want to look at it. Right now, we are trending terribly in this trade. Take a look at GU. GU is just ranging a whole lot of ranges. Some of the things that factor into lack of success is like over trading, like doing like 6, 7, 8 trades in one day, as opposed to just doing like 1 to 2 trades one day. Huge difference, because like when you do 1 to 2 trades per day, it equals up to like 5 to 10 per week, 5 to 10 per week. But when you do like 5 trades a day, it equals 25 trades per week. It's a lot of trades. Just straining like mentally. I've been in those positions, as opposed to like 5 trades per week. It's like you trade like once per day, maybe twice per day. There's days that you don't trade on, and it's a lot less stressful. You can actually, even at that point when it's 25 trades, it's harder to go back and see what you did wrong, what happened that was incorrect, because you have 25 trades to sort through, which can all be like an assortment of winning and losing. But when you have like 5 to 6 trades that you've traded for the week, you can just go back and look at those trades in like 30 minutes to an hour. So right now we're flipping bearish. This trade is terrible. I like the reason why I say this trade is terrible, not because of my setup or entry. It's solely because I like trades that have pure liquidity. Like I have to understand that I'm trading right before an hour, so that hour might be like retracing or like losing volume. Because like if you go to that 1 hour candle, like it had like a bit of volume, let's say. So now it's hypothetically like, let's say, losing volume, right? So that could be a possibility that it's just retracing to set up for the next one. But there's a couple things that's going to make me close the trade early. One, I think I might close it if it breaks this low. That's a possibility, but we have like resistance here, so I might be able to continue the trade. And my stop loss is a nice stop loss too. The other thing is that I think I might close it if this closes as a bear candle. See, I like to be in stress-free trades. I don't like to like be in stressful trades. Another thing I was reading in a blog is you have to like expect losses. And that's why when you're setting up your plan in order for your account to grow, let's say bi-weekly, weekly, let's say whatever it is that you want to grow your account on, you have to set up a plan, and within your plan, you have to expect to lose, but you want your losses to be small. And that only doesn't constitute for the day, it constitutes for the week, and you want to have a cumulative amount of either small loss weeks or break-even weeks or small win weeks or large win weeks. You definitely don't want to have weeks where it's like huge losses. If you're in a losing trade, cut your ties, as well as when you start to lose multiple trades in a row, let's say hypothetically, you kind of want to just sit back, relax, maybe not even look at the charts, because they say that when you look at the charts more and more, you start to want to trade more and more. So the more you look at the charts, the more you're going to want to take a trade. So maybe even just sit back and not even look at the charts. Just really relax and not do much. So right now, prices is really, it's tethering. It's like going up and down and up and down. Right now it's going up, but there's no telling whether or not it's going to go down this trade. But this is why I said this trade is terrible. It might even be because we're at the end of the month. So when you're at the end of the month, there's like less momentum. So that's something that I have to bring into next week with myself, and just say to myself, like, I have to be a lot more when I'm trading at the end of the month, I have to be less aggressive, more conservative, maybe trade with less lot sizes due to uncertainty in the market. So these are things that I'm going to be making note of when I rewatch my live stream. Yeah, this is probably gonna go the distance, especially because in the next like 3 minutes, the New York Open is about to come. So I think the New York Open is gonna continue to push price up. We'll see. Um, we'll see. But if it doesn't, I don't want to keep this trade in for a long period of time because I don't. Because I don't. Whoa, nice trade. So far, this has gone up about 2 pips, 3 pips. Nice trade. I can see it going the distance. Like this right here is 10 pips. So as soon as it goes and reaches like this point right here, that's 10 pips. I think it's gonna reach that point. We'll see. We'll see. But this trade is like, oh my gosh. So what I was saying earlier is you do want more room for your trade to breathe. Sometimes you don't need it at all. Like for instance, if this starts to go into profit, I'm just gonna move this to break even. Just move it, like 0 losses that I can take. But in essence, like because we're nearing the end of a 1 hour candle and also New York Open, there might be some, how do you say, some retracement. Now this closing as a bear candle is really just throwing me off. Yeah, okay, so it just went ahead and closed this bull candle. We have a new candle. Yeah, this is going to continue to break lows. Yeah, this is going to continue to definitely break lows. Yeah. So it's best in these scenarios just to get out early and not really just stay in these trades for a long period of time, because when you do, you're making it susceptible to more losses, and you trust me, you don't want more losses, you want less losses. Yeah, so it's best to just move your stop loss to a closer point. So I just moved it closer. I think, yeah, I'm gonna move it even closer. So we just broke that low. Yeah, this trade is done in my eyes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close this early. So I just closed it early. So I am done with this trade. So now what I'm going to do is just go ahead and really take this off. See, now GU has so much space to continue moving. Now do I want to give my trade a second chance? That sometimes is the question. Do you want to give your trade a second chance? We'll see. Was this a fake out? These are kind of questions that I'm asking myself here. Like, was this like a complete fake out and now does price want to go in the natural direction? So I'm thinking that this was like a fake out as a possibility because we had a whole lot of candles. Nothing could break above. Then we have something like showing that it was going to break above. We now have candles that are forming to be bear. The US dollar is getting weaker. We've created this level of resistance. So I think that was a fake out. And I think breaking these lows should be good for us to be able to have price be pushed down to here. Now, one of the great questions that's running through my mind is if that's happening here and we actually get to this level right here. Let me just with this. If we get to this level right here, is there the possibility today that price can break into this free zone? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look towards seeing if that was a fake out, and if it was a fake out, then there's the possibility of lows being broken and price being pushed down to this point at least. So that's at least like, let's see what this is. That's at least like 10 pips. That's at least like 10 pips. So I want to see if that's a possibility. If so, that'd be so nice. Yeah, so if I was gonna buy, my stop loss would have been, if I had left it, it would have been totally destroyed. So it looks like at the top there, it was a fake out. It looks like price is now breaking below these lows right here. And it wants to go into this clear space, clear candle space, clear candle space. Let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see how it's gonna pan out. Sometimes you have to see the fake out before the fake out even happens. So you can identify what's going on, and so you can basically create opportunities in your mind. Because in my mind the whole time, this was also like a selling opportunity. Like, if you go to the higher time frames, this reversing continues the selling trend, but this is something I have to wait for in the future, like a reversal, and then waiting for price to return to this point. So we have clean candle here to the left, so it should just continue on through this level and just continue to push down. That's what we're waiting on. Let's see what happens. If it does continue to break these lows, there's a couple situations that I can see panning out. One of the biggest situations that I can see panning out is it breaking into this area and coming down to this area right here, which it's Tuesday, so we have to find out if there's a plausibility of that. How many pips is that? It's about 18 more. Hard to say, but what I can say is price going down to around this area, I can there's a way higher probability of that happening than going the whole 18 pips. So as soon as I get to a nice level that price has gone to, I'm going to see what can be done. man, this trade's just going. This trade is just going. Right here, secure $10. No, to let it run. So this is the news open. I've been in a sell since around here. So since around here, I've been in a sell because I acknowledged the fake out. And right now, I just have my stop loss at break even, and my take profit is well, I'm gonna keep on moving my take profit and keep trailing my stop loss. So we'll see how this trade pans out. Let's see. Stop loss is at break even. So I'm anticipating this to go the distance, actually. That's my anticipation. I'm gonna be very aggressive with this trade. I'm anticipating it to go a full 32 pips. So My stop loss is right above this previous candle to secure about, how many pips did I secure? About 14, almost 15 pips. So let's see how long it will run to. Let us see. Is it 30? 30, 30 versus 35. Yeah, big difference. Okay, so yeah, continue to run. Yeah, this trade was poetry in motion. Oh my gosh, such poetry in motion. Um, we had price creating some form of stairs. We had price break tops, break tops, break tops, and then close bearish, which made me get out of the trade. And then I seen that it was breaking lows at a point where we're also breaking lows here, so we're in a downtrend. So I anticipated price just continue to keep breaking lows and keep breaking lows and keep breaking lows, and it did. So we are currently running in profits and getting a very nice view while we're at it. Trading's a blessing. So if price retraces, it'll hit my stop loss, which is right here above this 30-minute candle. If we go down to the 15-minute candle, yeah, so this is also a brand new 4-hour candle. So usually 4-hour candles come with a lot of momentum, and then we'll start to consolidate after the fact. So that's what we're anticipating right now, is that price will just continue to plummet. So let's see if that's the case or not.